This is a book review on the novel Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Bernard Marx is the main character of this novel. He is seen as different than everyone else. He has different views than the rest of his society. Lenina Crown is also a big part of the novel. She has very normal views in terms of her society and loves where she lives. John the Savage is the son of someone who came from the Brave New World society. He finds this new world very interesting. These three characters help the reader understand the conflict of this book, the system of the social pyramid, and identical people within the social pyramid. If this truly makes the society better than other places. This brings up the question, what is the best way to make people of a society truly equal? This book was very interesting to me. The concepts that are brought up make me wonder about the future and what it will look like. At the beginning of the book, it states, Bokanovsky's process is one of the major instruments of social stability, Huxley 7. It was very interesting for me to see this process and their belief system, also mentioned in the book review, in this world of alphas, betas, gammas, deltas, and the unfortunate epsilons, exists drug-induced happiness. The book began to get boring at times, but it was interesting to see their process, although this is a scary interpretation of our possible future. I would have enjoyed the story more if the information wasn't as long and drawn out. I understand most of what the story was saying, but the story brought a lot of detail into each scene and background information, which made it harder to imagine the scenes in your head. There were certain parts of the novel that had multiple storylines at once. The story would have been better for me if the author had focused on one part at a time to make the story easier to follow. This story was very unique. There were many scenes that I couldn't imagine since I had never heard anything like it. Imagining the story as you're reading in your head makes it a lot easier to understand. The novel did not have this for me. There is some content in the story that could have been offensive to certain people. There are some mature situations involving sex and violence. These scenes are meant for an older audience. There are also clues throughout the book of racial discrimination in this society towards African American people. These scenes may be sensitive for certain readers. In the book Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, I especially enjoyed the interesting concepts that were brought up by the author. These concepts make me wonder and ask many questions. I also enjoyed how the story was in chronological order with few flashbacks. This helped the story progress and reveal more information about the society. Although the multiple storylines can be confusing, I feel like they made the story stronger and it built up the climax of the story. This all brought up questions about individuality and freedom, causing you to wonder about the society we live in today. This whole story gave me a new perspective overlooking a society. I was captivated by this because I saw all of the issues of the Brave New World society and how they relate to the issues in our society. A memorable quote from Brave New World is, "If one's different, one's bound to be lonely." This can apply to our world because people get discriminated against every day for being different. This story gives us a different perspective on that and shows us how it looks from above. I believe that this book gives our society a message and a different perspective about problems that we see even in our world. It explored the negatives of an ostensibly successful world in which everyone appears to be content and satisfied. The book review also mentions technology and its increasing control in our world, and how this can impact us in the future. The novel introduces the question, how far can science go without being immoral? People have many different opinions on this, and it may be too hard to come to an agreement. These differing opinions may conclude that the perfect world is impossible, but we are always improving and finding ways to make our world even better. The author of the book review states, Huxley is trying to convey the idea that technology does not have the power to save us successfully. However, I believe that Huxley is also trying to give a message of when advances in science and genetic modification go too far. The people in this society are identical within their social class. They are seen as perfect. They are genetically modified to be that way, and any mistake would be seen as an imperfection. Is this the way our world should be, or do our imperfections make us unique? The book explores this. I think it is more than just dangers in technology and also dangers of advancement to the brave new world. In summary, I recommend this book because it has interesting concepts about society and what makes a society good. It makes you wonder about the future and technology, even about advances in science in the future that could lead our country to be like this. It shows the capabilities of our world. This is why I rate this book 4 stars out of 5. Some similar books to the Brave New World novel are 1984 by George Orwell, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, and Animal Farm by George Orwell.